Okay, ladies and gentlemen, so today we're going to go through and we're going to now practice using our rules that we developed yesterday to help us add our integers. So as a reminder, when they are the same, we add and we keep the sign. When they are different, we subtract and keep the sign of the bigger. Okay, so let's see what they want us to do here. Decide whether the sum will be positive or negative without actually calculating that sum. So we're going to use our rules here. So you could also do counting up and counting down if you would prefer that, but let's practice our rules. So I'm looking and I need to decide, are they the same or are they different? So here they're the same. So that means my sum, to get the sign, I'm going to keep it. So this would be negative. Okay, over here, right? So we're still adding, we haven't gotten the subtracting yet. So I'm going to look to see, are they the same or different? They're the same, they're both positive, which means my answer would have to be positive. And again, it's okay to abbreviate. Letter C, I'm going to look, they are the same, then that means my answer has to be the same, negative. I want you to try D, E, and F. Okay, pause the video for a second, and then you can come back and check your answers. All right, so for these, they all ended up being the same. So we had negative, positive, negative. All right, now let's actually go through and find the sum for some of these. So again, I have to check. Are they the same? Are they different? So 15 and 7, those are both positive, the same. So I'm going to add those together to get 22, and it's going to stay positive. For letter B, I have negative and negative, so those are the same. So I'm going to add those together, 20, and I'm going to keep the sign. For letter C, I have negative 18, negative 64. Those are both the same. I'm going to write them going vertically because that helps me. If it helps you, go right ahead to add. So I have negative 82, right? Added them, kept the sign. Over here for letter D, we have negative, negative. So those are the same. I'm going to add them together. 8, 2, 3, and I'm going to keep the sign, negative 328. Okay, so for number 3, circle the integer with the greater absolute value and decide whether the sum will be positive or negative without actually calculating the sum. So this is now where we're going to look at some that are different. So if I look here, I have negative 1 and 2. Well, the absolute value is going to be bigger for 2. Because the absolute value of negative 1 is 1. The absolute value of 2 is 2. 2 is bigger. 2 is a positive, which means my answer would have to be positive. For letter B, I have 5 and negative 9. Absolute value of 5 is 5. Absolute value of negative 9 is 9. So this is the bigger one, which means my answer would be negative. Negative 6 and 3, so this would be 6, 3. So this one has the bigger absolute value, which means my answer would be negative. Okay, so let's try this one. So here we have some problems, and we're going through and we're going to see about, you can use the number line if you want, although it looks like it's a little bit misnumbered in here. Yeah, I don't know what happened on the number line. It looks like it got moved a little bit. So we're going to actually not use this because it's misnumbered over here. So I have morning temperature. Where is it starting? I have the change. Is it going up or down? And then what the afternoon temperature would be. So if I start at 2 degrees and I rise 8, right? Rise is our counting up. So if you want, you could probably, let's do a horizontal one just so we have one up here. Negative 5, negative 4, negative 3, negative 2, negative 1. apologize that that one is not very good over there. But, okay, so I'm going to start at 2 degrees. A rise of 8 means that I would have to count up 8. So that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I ran out of room there. But that would take it to 10. So my number sentence, 2 rise 8 is 10. Okay, -2 this time is where we're going to start. Fall of 6, fall means that it's going to go down. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 means that it's going to end up at -8. My sentence, 2 plus -6 equals -8. All right, I want you to try some of these on your own and see how you can do. And then we're going to come back and we will go over those tomorrow. But down here, let's try this one. Terry selected 2 cards, right? So we looked at cards yesterday. It says the sum of her cards is -10. Can both cards be positive? Explain why or why not. No, they cannot, because when you add 2 positives, it must be positive. It can't be negative, always. Can one of the cards be positive and the other be negative? Yes. Right? We have seen problems where you can have one of both and you can get a negative answer. Can both cards be negative? Yes. Because when you add 2 negatives, it must be negative. All right, let's get a reason for letter B. Can one of the cards be positive and the other be negative? Yes, we already said the negative card has to have a bigger absolute value. Okay, so as always, you are going to bring any questions that you have to class. You're going to finish this up. Right, you're going to try this on your own and see how you can do with it. Remember, a rise is going up, a fall is going down. Okay? All right, any questions? Bring them to class. Have a good night.